Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Jasween, and today I will be painting on a wooden thing that is on my painting list for quite a long time now. It is a wall hanging, decoration, or whatever you want to name it, you can. And I will be painting it today. So without any delay, let's get to painting. So here is our canvas for the day. This is a wooden wall hanging which is ready to be painted, has a jute thread around it so that I can hang it. And I will be using some white gesso to apply a base coat so that I don't have to use many layers of paint. So I am taking some gesso and spreading it out using my filbert brush. I think this is size 12, and I am trying to cover all the wooden surface that is visible and is supposed to be painted. I am just doing the front. There was no point painting the back. Even though I had this thing to paint for quite a long time, I had not yet decided on what design I was gonna paint. So while I'm adding gesso, I am also thinking of what is going to be the design on my wall hanging. Anyway, I completed my gesso and I used a hair dryer to reduce the time spent on drawing the gesso so that I can paint because I am impatient. I am patient, but not sometimes. I mixed some red and white acrylic paint to make a pretty pink on my crusty old palette, and I started painting the base of my first rectangle on my wall hanging. I did not know, but my brush had a little too much water, so my paint just watered out and became too light. So I tried to add another coat, but it was too wet, so I ended up leaving it and then going over it when it was dry. So just watch me struggle to paint it, even though I know I cannot yet because it's too wet now. So I ended up going to my next color, which was yellow. So this is a very pretty sunshine yellow, but it somehow captured a few flakes from the dried paint on my palette. So you can find me scraping out a few flakes from the paint itself when it is on there. But no worries, I went with a second coat and it's just flawless now. I still wasn't sure of my color scheme yet, but I knew I wanted it to be cute and still look like what I would be happy looking at every day, and I would definitely keep it in my room. And the things that I choose for my room are either too dark or too cute. So yeah, I just went in with pastel colors. So I chose pink, yellow, green, and blue in pastel, and here I am going over pink again, which I think is a little too dark, so I would change it. And then going in with green. I really like how this pastel green turned out. I am a really big fan of the color mint because I don't know, I have been seeing it a lot in the things I buy. I have a mint bottle, I have a mint keyring, and mint chocolate chip is my favorite flavor of ice cream. So yeah, I'm a pretty big fan of mint. Well, after mint, I went in with blue. Also, going in with pastel theme, it is light blue and it looks just like a bright blue sky, leaving just the pink bothering me because it is a bit too dark for my liking. But wait, not to worry, I do fix it later on. But right now, let's focus on the blue, and it is really good. I like it. Even though I liked how yellow, green, and blue looked, I still wanted to give them a second coat just to make them look better. So I go ahead and add more colors to pink, yellow, green, and blue one by one. And then I use a caramel brown to paint on the sticks that connect each rectangle because I still wanted to give them a little bit of wooden feel, but just not the light wood that it has, but the one that is a bit more stained. So here it is, caramel brown to the rescue, of course. After I did the brown paint, I was starting to think what design to make. So I taped a part of the pink and started doing lettering. I thought that why not complete the rainbow and use purple color. But as you all can clearly see that purple wasn't the best choice. But I still pushed it through and tried that I could do it with purple. So I started writing my code, which I thought was the best idea that I could do for a wall hanging so that I can see and it reminds me of being awesome every day. But the best idea of writing code wasn't good when I was writing it with purple. So I went ahead and fixed up a few things and then went in with black. I covered up the thick line that I started with, and then I used a tiny round brush to make a few adjustments, and then I went over every single letter that I did with purple and made it black. And I was glad I did it because it pops out even more. Then I went ahead and wrote and on yellow, and I changed fonts every time I went in with a new rectangle and word. So I wrote wake up and we, and then I went in writing awesome off camera, but then I realized it, so back on the camera. So here's me writing awesome, and then I drew a smiley right beside it so that it also reminds me to keep smiling every day. Then it was time for cleanup, so I cleaned up the pink background that I messed up because of the purple, and also cleaned up a few edge lines on the black and also the thickness because I thought that it was a bit too much. I fixed up a little bit around B because also it was the first time I was writing retro font, but it's good. And then I started doing some decorations, which I did not like, so I covered it up with pink again. I didn't really know what to do, had no plans, so ended up messing things, but I realized what I had to do. So I used a dotting tool, which can also be done by a straw, but I had this dotting tool in hand, so I used it. I started making some circles on the pink rectangle using some white acrylic paint, and some of them were already filled, some of them weren't. So I went ahead with a thin round brush and cleaned them up, filled in each and every circle, and made this polka dot pattern, which is really cute. I really like it. And then for the next rectangle, which is yellow, I used some sellotape and made them less stickier using a special technique which I have learned from my old times when I did not have a washi tape. But yeah, so you stick some sellotape on a piece of clothing and then use it as a washi tape, a masking tape, whatever you want to call it. But it is the best hack that I learned, and it did save me a lot of money. But if you have money and you like aesthetics, go buy some washi tape. They are really, really cute. Anyways, I placed the tape in diagonal form and I started painting white color in the spaces that were left, leaving just a little bit of yellow around the areas of the letter because I still wanted to keep the really nice negative border around the and itself. So here I am painting some white diagonal lines. I was waiting when I was done to peel off the tape, and it really did not peel off any of the paint from the bottom. It was really smooth and had a really nice finish. For the green, I went in freehand and I wanted to draw some sparkles because I also wanted it to look really bright, and I went in with some shiny stars and I did 3 on one side and 3 on the other. I then added a few dots around it. I also added a couple more stars in there just to make it look good. Then it was time for the last one. I used the same sellotape hack and I made a border around the entire box, which gave it a really nice enclosure and a sense of warmth. After I was done painting the border, I used the leftover paint on my brush, and using some brush strokes I made a really nice design, which was just instant but epic. It really was a great way of doing something, and it was so easy, so quick, and looked so much like clouds. I don't know why, but it did. Maybe because of the blue sky behind it. Anyways, we are done, and now all we gotta do is just let it dry and hang it on the wall. Here it is, ready, dried up, complete, and cute. I really like it, and I am going to hang it right beside the light switch in my room so that I can look at it every day and be awesome. Let me know how you guys like it in the comment section. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video, and I will see you guys in my next video. Until then, take care and bye bye. Yeah, bye.